Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about the Eachine FatBee, the FB90, and I've pretty much already destroyed this in my testing. Gonna have to make some serious mods to get this flying again, but let me explain what happened. First of all, this is a 2S brushed micro. It's kind of similar to the Furry Bee that I reviewed like about a week ago, but it's only similar in appearance, but it varies. There's a lot of big differences, and I'll probably explain most of these in this video. First of all, these ducks here are smaller, and you get these four-bladed props, which are also smaller than the three-bladed props there are in the Furry Bee. You still get the 2S brushed motors, of course, and you get an F3 flight controller. The canopy here is very flimsy compared to the one that's on the Furry Bee, and I broke, I think, two of these tabs here, and this thing is very hard to get on and off, so I just left it off. The camera is different on this one. This is the CM275T camera with a different way the antenna is soldered on. It's soldered straight back, and it's kind of short. The one that comes with the Furry Bee is a FX camera from the company FXT. So that's they're pretty similar. The color saturation on the VM, the CM, the 275T is a little bit better. So it's kind of a which one do you like better? I think they're both about the same. These ducks on this one, the Eachine, are extremely flimsy. I crashed this in grass from about 4 feet up, and I broke this one here, and I broke that one here, and that one. I don't know. Did I break them all? I almost broke them all. As you can see, there's very little plastic right there that's holding this sidewall to this little strut, and it bends a lot and it vibrates like crazy when you're in the air. I'll have a little bit of flight footage here from my hat cam, and when I was doing the line of sight testing on this, it would just crash out of the sky. It would just, the motors would stop. It would fail safe and fall out of the sky from a few feet away. It was exhibiting the same behavior that my QX95 was exhibiting, where it would just fall out of the sky for no reason. This had the same first generation built-in fly sky receiver. So I was like, okay, well, I have another dud here. And I was using the same transmitter with the QX95. This is the FlySky FSI6X transmitter. I was using this for the QX95, but I was also using this radio for the QX70, which also has a built-in FlySky receiver, first generation, and I was not having that problem. This is the third model that I've gotten that has the built-in FlySky receiver, first generation protocol, and again, I was having that same problem where it would just drop out of the sky for no reason at all. And so I decided to switch to this radio. This is the FlySky cloned, and this is the Eachine i6. Still the same setup and everything, and I bound it to this in 1A mode, and was able to fly it around my house without it dropping out of the sky. So I have some FPV footage from this camera that I can show at the end here. So at least it was working. It wasn't dropping out like instantaneously like it was with the other radio. So I'm thinking that there's something up with these internal receivers that are on these boards. At least for this particular board, and maybe the one that's on the QX95, there must be something going on where it's sensitive to the transmitter that it's bound to. It wasn't doing that on the QX70, so I'm a little befuddled as to why only certain receivers are affected and not others. But I was able to fly it with this radio, no problem. And so I have some FPV footage at the very end. I think I am going to have to get rid of these ducks. They're about to fall off here anyway, and they make a horrible rattling sound in the air because they're basically just vibrating and knocking against these little propellers. So I have to do some mods and see if I can't get this flying a little bit better. It flies okay. I just flew with a stock clean flight that it came with and stock settings. I didn't do any changes at all. Binding this to your radio is a challenge. I had a lot of trouble getting this to bind. I ended up just soldering these two solder pads right here, the bind pads. Bridged those, bound it, and then unbridged them with my soldering iron. That was the fastest way to do it. So if you have a soldering iron, I recommend you do it that way. I tried using a screwdriver, paperclip, other methods, and I was not able to get that to bridge properly so that it would go into bind mode. That was the only method that I could use to get that to bind. Yeah, so this is really nothing like the FatBee at all, other than the fact that it is a 2S brush setup, and the frame is completely different. The carbon frame is different. The canopy is different. The camera is different. The flight controller is different. It just looks like the FatBee in appearance. It's got the 2S brushed motors and the 2S brushed flight controller. But I would say that the quality of this compared to the FatBee is significantly lower than the FatBee. I'm not exactly sure what the price difference is. If you check my other video and the link in this video, you could check the prices. They change like pretty much every day. I think this is about guessing $10 or $15 less, so I don't know if it's worth it to you if you just want to get the parts to make a 2S brushed micro. And I think I'm just going to cut off all these ducts, the struts and everything, and just fly it around as is, and I think it'll be fine. I was flying around FPV without the canopy on. It was this was also very loose and also making horrible rattling noises. So yeah, that this is not a very good canopy either. I might transfer all of these parts, the flight board, camera, and the motors, to maybe a bigger frame so I can use some bigger props. I think this will be a pretty fast micro on some bigger props, maybe the 65mm gem bands. It was pretty fast just on this setup, even though it was hobbled with like all these loose parts and everything. It flew pretty fast. Anyway, quickly to go over what else, or the other stuff that you come in the box here. You get two batteries here. They don't come with balance leads. There's just these what are these, micro Lucy connectors, and not the JST connectors like on the FatBee. So this is a 2S 400 milliamp hour battery. You do get two of these with this setup, whereas you only get one with the FatBee. You get a prop removal tool. You get two spare motors, which is kind of nice. You get some Velcro, which I didn't use. Get some spare props. So these are the same ones, by the way, where they come with the QX70. That's probably why they vibrate so much, because they're kind of unbalanced. And then you get this USB charger, and it's a different color than the other ones that do 1S, because the clear, opaque white ones only do 1S. This blue one does 2S. So you should be aware of that and don't get this mixed up. And plug this in and plug in a 1S battery. You'll probably blow it up. Anyway, yeah, that's it's kind of unfortunate. This I'm not too keen on this particular model. I think if I put it into a different frame, it'll probably be a pretty good flyer, just with some bigger props and with these 8.5mm brushed motors. So look for another video. I'll probably do another video in the near future and have this flying in a different setup, and I think it'll fly really well. It flies okay out of the box on just clean flight. So just other than the fact that it makes horrible noises when it's flying. It's very, very rattly. Anyway, guys, I'm going to show you some of the line of sight video and of it dropping out of the sky, and also some FPV footage. Let me know if you got any questions. Comment section below, as usual, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Okay, we're here at the park, and gonna test out the Eachine FatBee 90. Just gonna do a little line of sight first, and then we'll do some FPV. A lot of rattling noises there. Whoa. Just fell out of the sky that time. It's making a lot of noises there. Not sure what's causing that rattling. It's probably the props. We'll try another punch out. Uh-oh. Yep. soon as I did the throttle up, it killed the motors. I'm not sure what's up. I'm just gonna fly it normally. No full throttle. Oh, they fail-safed again. I think I got another dud on my hands here. I think these built-in FlySky receivers don't like me for some reason. The QX95 did the same thing. Still flies. I'm just waiting for it to drop out of the sky. Any second now, I'm sure. Well, keeping it close and it's not fail-safing yet. That rattling noise is very annoying. There it goes. I knew it was going to fail-safe eventually. Yep. And you saw there, it was only a few feet away and it just died. Cut the motors on me. If you guys have made it to the end of the video, this is a sneak peek at the parts I've put into a micro view frame here. So I'm going to have a video in the future on this 2S setup. That should be pretty fast, so stay tuned for that video. Talk to you later.